Everyone is struggling, right? We're all so often worried about ourselves that we forget that every employee, every marketing person, every salesperson, every executive assistant, every person on the production floor are all struggling with something about their humanity. And if we can care about them more than we care about their business, they'll end up caring about our business more than they ever would. The role of the second in command is to be the balance or the yin and yang to the CEO. So the COO has to be really good at and really love working on the areas of business that the CEO is really bad at and doesn't like working on. So as an example, when I was the COO for 1-800-GOT-JUNK, I ran sales, marketing, operations, PR, the call center, at one point franchise sales, all of our global operations, but I did not run IT and finance. Now, if I looked at Matt Wool from Acceleration Partners, one of our COO Alliance members, he happens to run IT and finance and does not run sales and marketing because he's not good at it and his CEO is. So the COO role is almost an undefined role, but if we were to define it, is we have to be good at all the stuff the CEO is not. On the business side of my life, it's that I see so many business people almost like a fly trying to get out the window, and they keep banging their head on the window. Because I was not the smart kid in school, I had to find the shortcuts. I had to follow the path of least resistance. I had to find the cheat sheets, and I had to find the teaching assistants who could give me the shortcuts to do well in the exam, because I couldn't sit in and memorize it all. And I see businesses today and business leaders today struggling with those same things. Interestingly, I started another community 6 months ago called the Ops Spot, which is an online mastermind community for anybody that works in operations, because there's nowhere for them. So this is for managers, directors, and VPs to communicate and collaborate. So I'm trying to give these people the shortcuts and the communities so they don't end up dead on the windowsill, right? That's number one. On the rest of my life, it's really recognized a couple of years ago that none of this stuff actually matters. This is just what we do to make money. That we're all just, as Ram Dass said, we're all just walking each other home. We're all going to die. So we really have to enjoy the journey, and we really have to look to impact other people and inspire other people, and also enjoy our own lives. I was at a Genius Network event where you and I were both members, and I was sitting with the CEO, this is about 8 years ago, and I said, how would your kids describe you? And this was Dean Graziosi, and he said, oh, my kids would describe me as a great thought leader and a good real estate guy and a good internet marketer. I'm like, that's really how you want your kids to talk about dad? And he started to cry, and I started to cry. And I realized that both of us at the time weren't role modeling the kind of human that we wanted our kids to become. So that was a game changer for me, that if you ask my kids, what does your dad do today? They would say he travels, he likes hanging out with friends, he goes to festivals, he likes to party, he likes to do dinner parties, he spends a lot of time with his wife, he loves our activities, and what he does to make money is these things. And I think I want people to recognize that we can have both, that you can build an amazing company, you can be an amazing business person, but you don't have to do that at all costs. And I think that there's an opportunity for us to do that. And then third is for us as leaders to remember that our job is to grow people and to really care about our people. You know, one of the reasons why we got 1-800-GOT-JUNK to rank as the #2 company in all of Canada to work for was we really cared about the dreams and fears and insecurities of our people, where we cared about them more than almost any of their friends or family did. And because we really cared about them as people, they went through brick walls for us to build the company. So recently at a COO Alliance event, one of the exercises I did, and you should do this at some of your big McKay Forums events, I had everyone in the room write down one thing on a Post-it note that they were deeply struggling with. So, you know, people wrote down, I'm struggling with a brain tumor, I'm struggling with my divorce, I'm not in love with my spouse, one of my kids is sick, I'm almost bankrupt, whatever. And they all wrote their one thing down on a Post-it note. They didn't put their name on it. And then I had them crumple up the Post-it notes and throw them into the middle of the room. And then I had them all stand up and go into the middle of the room and pick up a Post-it note. And then we went back and each person read out the Post-it note. And what they realized was that everyone is struggling, right? We're all so often worried about ourselves that we forget that every employee, every marketing person, every salesperson, every executive assistant, every person on the production floor are all struggling with something about their humanity. And if we can care about them more than we care about their business, they'll end up caring about our business more than they ever would. So I think I'm trying to role model a little bit more of that in the world as well, because I think we can kind of go on tilt at times. If you like that video, you're going to love more here at watchcameron.com.